Hey there, welcome back to my channel, Dying to DIY. You guys have made it for day 15 of the 25 days of Christmas DIYs. This project is so cool. It's like earthy and like woodlandsy type of like Christmas, maybe more primitive, but still really cute. And I cannot wait to share it with you all. So I'm just gonna hop right into it. So first off, I took this like decorative faux stick. This is from Target. And then I went to my bag of like wood slices and then little wood cuts. And I just started, picking out some that I really liked and I thought would work well with this project. These are all from Dollar Tree, so you can find these in the craft section. And like I said, I just picked out some of the ones that, caught my eye. And I picked out way more than I needed, but I just wanted to have them on hand and ready to go. And then after that, I went to my pine cone bag and I picked out some of the pine cones that I really liked as well. Once I had all of these pieces ready to go, I went and grabbed my drill and some drill bits, and I was looking for one that was a pretty good size, not super thick, but not also really thin. It needed to be big enough so where I can put a hole into these wood pieces and then slip some jute twine through each of those holes. So once I found one that was the size that I was looking for, I just started drilling the holes into the centers of the wood slices. And here you can see just how big the holes are. Not too big, but not, too small. And I just did that to all of the rest of the wood slices and moved on to the sticks. For the sticks, I did just put them like directly into the middle while they were laying down flat. I didn't want to drill a hole all the way like from the top of the bottom of the stick to make it hollow. I just wanted it to go right into the middle, if that makes sense. And so here's a better visualization of what my words were trying to say and tell you. So after the sticks and the wood pieces were done, I grabbed some of these bells. These are from Dollar General. I almost said Dollar Tree, but these are from Dollar General. And I just started by placing each group of items down in front of me, so that way I was able to just pick and go as I pleased. So I'm just trying to play with things and just see how I want things to line up. I'm going to make some columns that go off of that larger stick. So like I started with like a wood slice and then a wood stick, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll add a pine cone next, and then a bell. Well, no, I don't like the bell right there, so maybe I'll add a wood stick. So it's just like kind of playing with the look, and once I was happy with that, I moved on to the next column and so forth. Like, oh, this time I started with a pine cone and then a bell and a stick, and you know what I mean. And I just continued that process until I had 4 columns done. And there were 2 things that I wanted to make sure of. I did not want to have 2 of the same items next to each other. You can see that I have 2 of those wood slices next to each other, so I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to move that. So I added a stick and moved the slice down. And then 2, I wanted to make sure that I started the columns with one of the items from each of the 4 groups. So once I was happy with the look, I'm taking my jute twine from Dollar Tree and I'm just cutting 4 strands because I have 4 columns. I did cut them a little bit longer than they really needed to be, but I wanted to make sure I had them too long rather than too short, because then I'd have to cut a new strand, So I just started by stringing on the first column. I started by tying off the bell at the bottom. So I started at the bottom for all of these and then I worked my way up. I found that that was much easier than to work my way from top to bottom, but you can, do it however you please. So I started by tying on the bell, and then I am just stringing the jute twine, my goodness, through the stick. And then I was going to tie the pine cone, but I decided to just glue on each of the pine cones because I did not like the way that they hung when I like wrapped them around the tops of the pine cones. So I just decided to glue those, and then I'm just moving on. So I'm going to string the jute through the stick, and then I'm going to string it through the wood slice and just kind of eyeball the placements of each of the pieces. I wanted them about like 1.5 inches like away from one another. So that's just how I did it. You can do them closer and you can add more, or you can have them further apart, whatever your preference is. And then I just went ahead and did the rest of them off camera for you, but I strung them the exact same way. The wood slices that started at the bottom, I just tied a little knot there to keep them secure. So once I had each of the columns done, I am just gluing on the pine cones. So just put a little strip of glue onto the back of the pine cones and then placing them on top of the string. And I also did secure each of the pieces as well. So where I knew I wanted them on the string, I just moved them up, put a little dab of hot glue, and then slid them down back onto that string, so that way the glue would just go up inside of the holes that I made. And I just did that for each of the pieces on each of the columns. So once the strands were completed, it was time to attach them to that larger wood stick. And I just did so by taking my heavy duty stapler and just stapled those strands into place. And the staples are really, really secure, but I did just cut off the excess strands and then just added a little dab of hot glue for, extra stability, just in case they would slide through there. I did not want them to, fall off or anything like that. So just added a little extra hot glue. After that, I just decided that I was kind of missing something. I needed something to kind of like take it to the next level. So I decided to go find some greenery pieces that I really, really liked, and I'm just gluing them onto the front, just directly into the center of that stick. And then I also decided to add some faux berries and a pine cone, and I really thought that this was definitely what it was, missing. It just needed that like extra pop of color in there or something, just to kind of break up the monotony of like all the neutral colors, and I really, really like the way that that turned out. So my last step was to figure out how I wanted this to hang. Did I want to just glue a sawtooth hanger on the back and just have this stick with nothing like hanging above it? Or did I want to hang it from the jute twine? And I decided that I really liked it with the jute twine. So I'm just wrapping one of the sides about 4, 5, 6 times maybe. And then I'm just securing it with the hot glue. And then I'm kind of eyeballing the length, like how long did I want the hanger to be. Once I was happy with the length of it, I just tied off the other side and cut off the excess jute, added some hot glue, and voila! Here is the final look, and how cute! Like I said in the beginning, it's very earthy, very like woodlandsy. I don't know, I feel like there's like a word in my brain that I'm like trying to say and like that it reminds me of, but I just cannot think of it. It's not coming to me. But anyways, I think it is so cute, very natural looking, very like neutral Christmas. Like it's Christmassy, but not like super Christmassy in your face. It just has like a small touch of like Christmas vibes. Like, you get what I'm saying? Anyways, I hope you guys love this one just as much as I do. And before you go, I just want to show you some of the other projects that I have made for the previous days. This cute little guy was made yesterday, so for day 14. And if you guys have not seen this video, I will link it in the cards for you. And here are the other ones that I did for days 1 through 13. So many goodies. Oh my goodness. And these, a lot of them are like way more, Christmassy vibes than this project that I just made. So I would love for you guys to go check those out and let me know what you think about those. And if you guys are not part of the Dying to DIY fam, there's still time. Go hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you're notified for future videos. We still have 10 more days for the 25 days of Christmas DIYs, and I'm so excited. So can't wait to see what else I can come up with. Thank you guys so much for being here, spending your time with me, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for day 16. All right, bye.